I think Rene Dupree was on this show, actually. For some reason, he was in town.
Wait, Rene Dupree was on my show.
That's
with
right,
Moose.
he was. He's a madman. He's the best, but
I haven't seen him in years. And so Rene Dupree used to live like the guy was, so young when he came into WWE, and he's always been so nice.
he was hired when he was 18 years old, and that's what made me want to move to because me and Rene are the same age, and I saw him on that show, what was it called? It was like a backstage thing that Kevin Kelly used to host, and I was blown away. I was like, oh my God, I thought I was ahead of the game because I was training and wrestling already, but I'm like, this guy, looks incredible. He's in the developmental system. He was the youngest guy I think hired in OVW at the time, or it might have been ever, but I know there was like guys back before that in developmental in the Memphis short OVW, the precursor to OVW. There might have been younger guys signed then, but like I was like, holy shit, this guy is 18. He started when he was 14. His dad was a multi-million-dollar promoter, Emile Dupree, up in Canada. He had his whole thing, and I think he's an interesting dude. I love Rene. I know a lot of guys have a lot of issues with him, but he's always been good to me.
Yeah, he's always been great to me. And I walked into the locker room, and he was in there talking to Santino, and I popped and gave each other a hug and said hello, and a little brief discussion. And he was the opening match, and then he had to catch a flight and literally run out of there. He came back after his match and threw his clothes on and like ran out to make his flight, and that was the last I saw of him. But it was the last time I saw him was at OVW, where his balls came out of his tights, if you remember.
Oh, I remember.
It was like a stalling. Yeah, it was like a suplex spot, which is like if you wear trunks and like you better have a good pair of under tights on, because the stalling suplex spot with trunks can be highly dangerous to the fans' eyes.
I think you're remembering the story a little bit differently than me. That may have happened after that. Do you remember what happened before that?
No. I just remember maybe that triggered it, but I think they stayed out, right?
It happened upon, Rene's open about his, past. He's sober now, and he's cool, and he's together. He looks like $1 million still. And
he looked great.
There was time period where he's openly admitted to me, he's like, I was addicted to everything at one point. There's not something, and he's honest about it, and he went through the program. But there was one time where for OVW, I remember distinctly, he had a match on TV, and this is like, I forget what year. We're both down there, but I remember it was upon entrance. I think, some people don't wear underwear with their trunk.
I remember. I thought it was on the stalling suplex spot, which I know that was in the match at one point. So maybe that's just where I caught up on it.
I'm pretty sure he came out, and like it was right upon entrance, like camera shot. Like it was just his nuts were out, and he was a little, intoxicated. And I remember. Do you remember watching it in class, and we all start laughing? One thing I thought was weird was that I don't know why they didn't edit it out of TV when they could have. Like Danny Davis had that possibility, like that power, and they left it in.
Just have the blur right in front of the crotch of the entire match.
And I remember we're watching because I should explain this. So in developmental, we would train Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Wednesday was our TV day. And then Thursday we might train, but most of the time we watched the TV program from the day before, and Al would
go get Moe's afterwards. I would always go get Moe's with like Domino and Cody after we'd watch tape and get the day off, because like it was like a lazy day. Watch tape, everybody left the building, go eat fucking Moe's, and then like go home, rest, and then go like do a huge workout every night, and then go out maybe after. It was like always the routine.
Yeah, and then Friday and Saturday, sometimes Sunday were the live events. It's a great program. It was, and then but I remember one time was when we're watching the matches back, and Rene's nuts are hanging out, and he and we all start laughing, and Al screamed at us like, "How dare you guys laugh at this? Like someone could have gotten hurt." Like, this is embarrassing. And I think he was more, and we all just like froze, like, oh shit.
Wait, did he say that?
He got mad at us for laughing at it, like all of us, because we were all chuckling. And he's like, you guys think this is funny. This is disrespectful to the business. But I'm like, how can anyone? I'm like, I saw this guy walking around the locker room, like pretty zoned out. And, you could have stopped him. Like, what the fuck? His nuts are hanging out. This is hysterical. But
it's not hysterical. You can't watch a match with a guy's nuts out seriously in any sport or endeavor and take it fucking seriously. The human body is so fucking, like, you just can't watch another human being. Like, just imagine wrestlers wrestling naked. Like, their dicks flopping around and their balls flopping around. Like, you wouldn't take it, like, it just would change the game completely. Like, every move would be different. Like, oh my God, you look at a sunset flip completely differently than like, oh, that's a really, gay move. Or like, there's no, like, wrestling attire saves wrestling from, in some ways, from being as weird as it really is.
Yeah, I guess that's the one, as long as you have a pair of trunks on, it's fine.